Hello, everybody. Rob Cootie of the MLM Solution, and today is Freelance Friday, our favorite day, and evidently your all's too, because that's some of our most watched episodes. Freelance Fridays, as you know, exactly what it says. We freelance on any subject, whether it's network marketing or not. It can be entertaining, to say the least. And so it's not scripted. We just come on and we start talking about whatever comes to mind or whatever just starts out on the tip of our tongue. So it can be an entertaining thing for you guys, the listeners and viewers. That being said, join us each and every day, as you know, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as we stream live on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Blah, blah, blah. Getting off on a good start, aren't we? All right, visit our website, our new and improved website. Very informative, very helpful, insightful, and more importantly, empowering. You can also go there and click the podcast replay link and go to the page and watch past episodes of the podcast for the week. Also, check out all of our specials while you're there, and share our podcast and our platform and our store, everything else with our fellow network marketers all across the globe, if you will, please. Hashtag the MLM Solution. That way they can get access to this wonderful information as well. With that being said, I'm going to hop off here. We'll see you guys in a moment.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Happy Friday there, Miss Marie.
It is Friday. Fabulous Friday. Yay.
TGIF, as they say.
Indeed.
Yes.
All I'm missing is my cocktail to go along with it.
There we go. I agree with that 100%. Hey, what's Monday's subject before we get started so everybody knows? Do you know?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I'm not sure I've decided on that just yet.
Well, there
How
we go.
about this? How about we talk about the 3 phases of company growth?
3 phases of company growth.
Yeah.
Well, that's
we did a bunch of phase talking last week, and we didn't do anything phase-ish this week. I thought we'd go back and do 3 phases of company growth, because that was a topic that came up in some of our conversations, and we said, hey, we need to talk about that. So let's do that Monday.
So you're talking about what's on the ticker there?
I am.
Well, how did we know that?
I don't know. You must be psycho. I mean, psychic.
The wife will definitely agree with the first.
little Freudian slip there. Oopsie.
She told me this morning, she said, you're the most stubborn man I've ever been around. And I remember my stepmom telling my dad that, I don't believe that I am. When you know you're right, I'm always listening. I will listen to what other people have to say, because the world doesn't revolve around my viewpoint. But if I know I'm right, and the history has shown me that I've been right, and it's not about me being right. When you make a decision for you, like when you guys move, and then somebody at work or whatever says, Marie, you want to do the following because, during the move, blah, blah, blah. And you're thinking to yourself, no, I've tried that in the past. That doesn't work for me. I'm going to do, no, Marie, you need to. And they hound you for the next month. You're like, please leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. Well, Marie, you're the most stubborn person in the world. No, I'm not. That's what plays out here. She thinks that I am. I'm like, no, I just know it works for me.
I don't know. Is stubborn necessarily a bad thing to be?
No,
because it's one of those things. I want to say there's what is her name? Lorraine Chi, I want to say is her name. Last name spelled like QI or something like that. And she's a former FBI agent. And she does a blog, and she talks about some of the lessons she learned from her FBI agent years and how it translates to business in general. And one of her big things that she always talks about is the importance of persistence, and how persistence is so important in achieving success in whatever you're doing, or, pursuing your suspect or pursuing the evidence in a case. It's all about persistence and continuing on. Well, to me, that's just another word for stubbornness, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think stubborn tends to have kind of a negative connotation to it. But if you want to put the positive spin on it and call it persistence, it's a good thing.
I think that's a great.
Obviously, any good thing done to excess can become a bad thing, but I don't know. The persistent, stubborn thing, I'm going to call that good, and maybe it's because I get labeled the same way.
Well, you know what? I think you did a wonderful job in explaining that and gave a great example, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. And I guess that's something you could debate for the rest of your life, whether that is persistence or stubbornness. I don't know. I think they kind of bleed over one into the other and can be mistaken. So great points you make there. If you guys will, please, if you go to our website, if you like our show and got questions, or you see some potential problems, contact us. There's our support page. You can go to the website and hit at the top of the page, contact, and that's another way to contact us as well. We put the URL here so that you guys can find us and contact us. All of you on the podcast, the MLMsolution.net/support. That's simple. /support. And if you like what we do anytime during the week, please give us a thumbs up. If you like what you hear and what we talk about, you can see the value of it. You can see how it can help you. You like the points we're making. We like that immediate feedback, don't we, Miss Marie? The thumbs up, the dancing bears, and the smiling ladies, and all that stuff. And then finally, if you will, share, like, comment on our various social media platforms. As you know, the algorithms love that, the engagement. And one way that we get the word out to others is by the engagement. Okay. We need your help. We're only two people. And thank God the social media platforms will allow us to leverage our presence and being only two people across the globe through your actions. It just takes a few seconds to make a comment, give us a thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever, and to subscribe. And while you're there at our YouTube channel, obviously, hit that little bell twice. That way it will notify you when we go live or when we upload the content. All right, Miss Marie, today is Freelance Friday, episode number 52. We talked about yesterday where it hasn't been 52 for you and I yet. July 6th is our anniversary. And I will say that I've had a wonderful time. I look forward to it all the time. I really do. And I know I made the right choice. And you certainly help a lot. I know I say that a lot. I hope you don't get tired of hearing it. But I believe in telling people when they're doing a great job. And no doubt, I have no doubt that people enjoy listening to you and the viewpoints you bring to the show. And I'm very grateful for it because I've done it on my own and it's not fun. You need that interaction.
Well, I appreciate that. And absolutely, I've done a little bit of, I wouldn't say podcasting, but maybe video blogging for a little while on my business page. I was doing little snippets. And you know what? It is really difficult to talk to yourself. I mean, you're talking to an audience, but you're essentially talking to yourself or talking to the camera, and it can be really distracting. It's a totally different thing when you're standing on stage and you're speaking to people and you have some interaction. You see those facial expressions, yes, the nodding heads, or you see the arms crossed, or shaking it, whatever it is. But at least you're getting some feedback, and you have some idea of whether or not you're actually connecting with your audience and getting your point across. When you're doing this type of thing, you really have no clue. No. And it's especially hard when you're doing it on your own because you don't have anybody to reel you in. You don't have anybody to question for a point of clarification. If something isn't clear, you end up just kind of I mean, I found myself just kind of babbling on and repeating myself. And it's just like, well, in my head, I had this structured really well. And when it came time to execute, especially when you're doing a Facebook Live type of thing, you're not recording and then going back and editing before you post it. You're doing it live. So, if you screw up, that's it. It's game over, man. So yeah, that's tough, but hey, big congratulations to you. This is number 52.
It is
episode for Freelance Fridays, which means you've been doing it for an entire year. That's quite an accomplishment.
Well,
because I think there are a lot of podcasts out there, and I know in searching for some of the things I've been looking for, I'll see like a title or a subject on a podcast, and I go and look at it, and it's like, oh, this person only posted like 3 or 4 podcasts, or, oh, they did this for a couple months and then where'd they go? I don't know. So to be doing this for a year consistently is really very impressive. So,
thank you.
Round of applause to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on hitting that milestone, because that's huge.
You're right. I'm amazed myself, because I never thought I would do this for a year. I really didn't. I did a podcast. I've always been intrigued by them. And I thought about doing a network marketing podcast years ago, and I should have, when podcasting was really kind of in its infancy. And I would check it, and I really didn't understand how to do it. I did not understand. I don't know what it was. It was like going to the moon. I have no clue how to go to the moon. And I saw the value in it big time, but I didn't know how to make it work, and how to, in other words, how do you target an audience? What do you do? Do you need this equipment? Do you need that equipment? Do you need another there were so many questions. I did a lot of research, and then I how long does it take for a podcast to catch traction? How long does it take for it to become popular? And there was no real answer. And the answers were all over the place. And once again, no real direction, right? And so I told the wife one day, I said, look, I'm just going to start doing it. I don't know where this is going to go. I have no clue. But I know there's people out there that want this information. And I think the biggest burn for me, to be honest with you, was I didn't want to leave this earth with the knowledge on the tip of my tongue. I wanted to have, I really do love this industry, and I really am an advocate of it. I know it's got its problems, but at the same time, I wanted to focus in on the positive. And I wanted people, more than anything, Miss Marie, to know exactly how the business works. Not to look over their shoulder. Is this person lying to me? Or are they just saying that to keep me in their business? Are they saying that to keep me as a customer? I wanted people to have an unbiased, unattached. That's the reason why, and one of the main reasons why I haven't gone back into the industry, is because, think about it, if I was in the industry, people would be able to question my reasons for doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So the best way is not to be a part of the business at all. I have nothing to gain by sharing this information. Yes, we have product, but you and I create that product because we're only 2 people. We can't be everywhere at once, and we can't keep rehashing the same information. And plus, we're a business. We need to make money. I mean, that's how business operates, right?
Well, exactly. And one of the things I was going to say on the topic of the product, a lot of the questions that we get, or some of the coaching that people are looking for, we can easily just point them to the product, because the product comes with, the ebook, the audio files, the video content. So all that information is there. So rather than us charging a premium fee for our time to repeat something we're saying multiple times over, here, go get this product. You can either download it for free, or maybe it's a few bucks, relatively inexpensive compared to what you're going to pay for our time to get the same answers, right? So that's also part of the reason why that product's there.
Right, because look, to counsel with you and I is a minimum of $500 just to schedule an appointment. We're going to say you need to deposit $500 because our time's valuable, and we're not going to have somebody waste our time. If they deposit $500, they're serious, right? So you and I know that we got somebody that we can converse with that is focused and serious about taking their business to whatever level they want, or to fix the problem that they have. On the product level, as you just stated, the reason we only have the product on the store or in the store that is relevant, just like our subject matter, that's relevant to the business building process. Believe you me, we do not want to create product that is bull or hearsay or not relevant to the business building process, because that is work that we have to put into it. And I don't want to create something, number one, that's not true. Number two, that's not going to help you out. Number three, just to have it as filler material. There's nothing right about that whole scenario. And Miss Marie, that's a lot of work, and I don't like doing that. I got enough on my plate without creating more product. So
exactly
what you see on our site and our store is exactly what you need to learn about. And guys, if we have a special in there, take advantage of it. Don't spend a lot of money. Miss Marie gets mad at me because I believe in delivering. In my other businesses, Miss Marie, the reason I get the orders I do is because I deliver above and beyond the price. Now, I'm not the cheapest one out there, okay, for sure. But, there's a sweet spot for every product where you have where you're making money so you can stay in business. And at the same time, you're offering the consumer a deal, right? They can't get that deal anyplace else. They're saying this is real value. And that's what we do. You and I have different prices on the same product. I'm going to admit it. And then people say, well, that's unethical. No, it's called split testing, because you don't know where the real value is. I can say, I remember Mike Dillard, I was talking to him one time. I said, Mike, how do you price your products? He said, Rob, I look at what the product can do for them. In other words, what will it produce? If it'll produce $1 million, guess what? It's worth $10,000 minimum. You see what I'm saying, Miss Marie?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so you try to price the products to where they're fair, but they offer a great deal, where it's a no-brainer. People saying, oh, that's a no-brainer. I'm getting that, and that's the reason why we have specials and stuff. Believe you me, I would love to charge more. And if I was a greedy person, I would. I'll tell you that now. But I love giving a deal, And that way, Miss Marie, if we see these people in person, which hopefully we will soon, if we were to see these people in person, they say, man, you're the best out there. You guys offer the greatest deals that's out there. That is awesome to hear.
Well, and I think probably the best deal we have out there is that lifetime membership, right?
Oh yeah.
You keep kind of discounting that, and then you'll say that's all of our product and all the product we're going to create in the future. And I'm like, good God, man, stop saying that.
I know. Sometimes I go a little bit wild. I know. Well, to be honest with you, Miss Marie, this is no joke, and it's going to. Our lifetime membership, the 5 Simple Steps business building system, it's going to go up to $1,000, $999, and there's no
not fast enough.
Not so. You guys better be glad it's only $500 right now. You say, well, how can you say that? Because guess what? Down the road is coming the lead site. Coming is the MLM Masters Academy, building MLM online. Those are big time products. And $1,000 is cheap for all that, and all the material, all the training. I mean, guys, that is massive. That is massive. And I already have on paper what the future looks like. To be honest with you, Miss Marie, if the lead site, which I hope it does, I mean, I think there's a real good chance, takes off like we think it will. We get the bugs worked out of it for the most part. Everything's going to be transferred over to that. In other words, the back office is going to be all back there, all the training and everything. Because why have 2 different sites? You're going to need the lead generation site anyway. And instead of bouncing back and forth from one to the other, we'll just have everything under one umbrella.
Yeah.
The 5 Simple Steps and all that. MLM Masters Academy, everything. So we already have a direction of where we're going, and we have to go in steps and phases, just like anything else. Because it's just Marie and I. And we have to monitor, because you can say, Miss Marie, you and I can say, hey, this is a great product. I love this product. And other people are like, man, that dude's full of crap. That ain't a great product. I ain't buying that. But I'm dumping money into something that I believe in, but that doesn't mean that everybody else believes in that.
Right.
So you got to test it. You got to see. And it takes time to test stuff. You can't, a measly 100 people, that's not a test. You know what I'm saying? So traffic is really important. And when you get traffic and people react to something, it tells you a story. We talk about all the time how the back office will tell you a story. Well, it's no different than this. So, unfortunately, I'd like to go faster, but sometimes the numbers don't allow me to go faster, and I have to make adjustments and move along. Now, obviously, we've hit a hot spot because we're getting all kinds of activity. So now that's the reason why the website had to be adjusted, and the reason why everything had to be reinvented, if you will, because the numbers were showing that. And you know how much work I put into that. That's a lot of freaking work.
Oh, absolutely. You want to hear something funny? So I was out with a friend the other day, and we were just talking about stuff. She's like, "Oh, what are you doing these days?" And I talked about the fact that I'm, co-hosting a podcast because I think that's kind of cool and sounds pretty impressive. And she said, "Oh, well, what's the name of your podcast? I'll have to check it out." And I told her it's like the MLM Solution. You search on hashtag the MLM Solution. You'll find us Facebook, YouTube, all the different podcast channels that are out there. And her reaction was kind of funny. She said, "Ooh, isn't that a bad word here?" And I was like, "MLM?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Well, yeah, for some people it is because we live in Utah. And this is the MLM/network marketing capital of the world. There are more network marketing companies headquartered here, I think, than anywhere else. Yes. And I will tell you, yes, you talk about network marketing or MLM here in Utah, and a high percentage of the time, people are going to be like, "Get away from me. I don't want to hear about it. That's nonsense. It's a scam." And it's exactly the reason why I was excited to engage in this with you, is because the industry has somewhat of a bad reputation. It does, yeah. Because of the way a lot of people treat it. They come in and they say, "Oh, you can earn $10,000 a month working 2 hours a week and within a month." And it's so badly represented. And it's unfortunate because, as with anything, I mean, doctors, lawyers, police officers these days, it's the few bad apples that are out there that taint the whole career line, the whole industry, the whole shebang, right? And the fact that we have a platform to talk about the fact that, no, this really is a valid business model. No, there is a way to make this business work for you to achieve what you're looking to get in terms of income, time freedom, lifestyle, whatever it is you want, whether that's, it could be an extra couple $100 a month to cover car payments or utilities or something like that. Or if you are looking for that life-changing income, multiple thousands of dollars a month, it's possible, but it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right?
That's right.
But it's possible. And like I always like to say, the network marketing industry is the average person's best bet of earning an outsized income as compared to anything else you could possibly do.
That's right.
Because if you think about it, the network marketing industry, you have to invest the money in joining the company. You want to invest some money in learning how to make the business work correctly, whether that's with us or some other, product that you find. There are some others out there that are perfectly valid and workable as well. It just depends on what's going to work for you. Yeah. But there's always an investment that's going to happen. And the thing that makes me laugh is you're talking a couple $1,000s on the outside, typically, for all of that. Mm-hmm. Whereas to get a bachelor's degree, to get a job anymore is almost a requirement. And what's the average amount that people are spending on a bachelor's degree? I mean, it's like $30,000 or more oftentimes. Yeah. And that's to get a job that maybe you earn $30,000 a year.
I know.
And it's a 4-year investment.
Yeah.
As opposed to the network marketing industry, you can ramp up and be earning a life-changing income in a year.
Yes.
So the people that like to poo-poo this industry, they're just sadly misinformed.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
The reputation of the industry is well earned and well deserved because the negativity. I mean, because of all the bull crap that distributors themselves have pulled.
Yeah.
And you know what it is, Miss Marie? It's the fact that's the reason why we do what we do is the fact that they don't know what to say and they don't know what to do. They don't know how the business model works. So what they do is they fall in line with everybody else and promote the same thing. You can make $10,000 in your first month. I mean, it's the same line over and over, and they don't know what else to say. They have no clue.
Yep. They're just repeating the same mistakes.
Right. Exactly. Which furthers the reputation. The message that you and I are pioneers in this. And even though I've been at this for a year now, we are making headway, and the future is going to be bright. You got to realize that most endeavors that are revolutionary, that can be impactful, take 2 to 3 years. And then all of a sudden things just burst through. Now, I hope it doesn't take that long. I think with technology and the things we're doing, you and I are condensing that 2 to 3 year time period. You and I are starting to see numbers that are favoring us, and we haven't even been together for a year. So I'm hoping as we move this podcast forward and in a different format, that it's really going to accelerate from there. But the thing is the ground floor has to be done. In other words, the website, the completed. I'm not talking about the lead site yet or the MLM Masters. That's coming, but we got to have the basics in place, working seamlessly, so that you and I can move forward in other aspects. And I believe that when that happens, you and I will start having a positive impact on the industry. Because look, we're teaching the right things, and the things work. You know that. But the thing is getting it out to the masses. And you got the norm. It's just like, if you ride in that car, your skin on your face is going to peel off. You should stick to horses. I don't know if you remember that. But
I'm not that old. No, I don't remember that.
you were standing right next to me when Henry Ford said bullcrap. Yeah. But do you remember that when they said if you went over 30 miles an hour, because a horse could gallop 30 miles an hour, if you went over 30 miles an hour, your skin would fall off or peel off your face? Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, honestly, scientists were telling people don't get in that car, that horrible thing. Stay with a horse because we have proof that your skin's going to peel off your face if you do.
Yeah. So follow the science.
Yeah, follow the science. By golly, don't get in that car. Stay in the prehistoric prehistoric times. So we'd all still be on horses if somebody didn't break that mold. And that Henry Ford was one of the first. He wasn't the first, but he was the one that had the biggest impact and transformed the industry. But he worked years in his garage to get to that point. As you know, he was riding around the neighborhood and people thought he was crazy. What is that old man doing? But you look at Sam Walton. He was 63 when he started. He had some Walmart stores, but when he started actually franchising it and taking it to the highest level, they said, man, you're crazy. People don't care about that stuff. That's a small town, because all of the stores were in small town USA, in the major city. So anyway, you get my point. You and I are facing, we're no different. There's a norm out there, and you and I are a little pin poking a hole in that tent that covers over the whole industry and that negativity. And once you and I break through that, and it'll start turning into the waterfall and then into Niagara Falls. And you and I will be doing live events, and I think we'll transform the industry. I really do. I think people will start to see, hey, this is how the business really works. Right now, they don't hear that. We're just a little voice in a big forest right now. Does that make sense?
Yep, sure does.
And we have to be consistent, but we have to take things to a higher level. Part of getting in front of more people, Miss Marie, is we got to entertain, and part of entertainment is doing interviews and changing our intro and things like that. So, the changes are coming, and we're going to need another person. I think we'll have Paul Cannon on here, he'll bring Europe with him. You know, he lives in London. I don't know if he'll come back. He used to live in Naples, Florida. And I don't know if he'll come back to the U.S. or not. But the point is that we'll have followers over there. You know, people starting to listen there. I mean, we do. You've seen. Did I not show you the snapshots of all the places?
Well, I was going to say it's been a while, but it seems like a large percentage of our listeners are in France, if I remember
It's unbelievable
correctly.
how many people. Yes, India, France, a lot of European countries, that's for sure. Yeah. There are a lot of Asian countries too, but India is up there as well. And like usual, no, the United States is second. So I'm pretty impressed. That means a lot of people in the U.S. are interested. So, you know, we got a lot of good numbers working in our favor. I'm just scrambling to get everything set up because once I complete this, Miss Marie, I ain't working on that stuff no more. I'll do videos. I'm doing no more of that stuff, you know, because I mean, look, you and I know we now have everything we need at our fingertips. There's no reason to add anything else. You know, from here on out, it's a lead site, the MLM Masters, you know, that's where we're going. And so we won't be doing any more of that. We'll be totally focused on moving our business to a whole new level. And that's exciting. And you and I learned a lot over the last year. You know, we're coming up on a year, but we've learned a lot. And you and I have grown together as a team. And now we're going to slowly integrate some other people. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. Paul has a lot of contacts. I mean, I do too, but Paul will call him, and I think he may set it up. We may get a producer down the road where you and I don't have to worry, and we're going to step up our game. I'm going to order some shirts. I'm going to have some shirts made for us. So, you know, things are going to go in a different direction.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. A lot of exciting stuff coming down the pike for sure.
It is. It is. Absolutely. Well, with that, I think we're done. I don't think we have.
I have to say, I'm ready to roll into the weekend. I don't know about anybody else out there.
I can tell when you're done. It's obvious when you're done. Like, all right, Rob, shut up. Let's get out of here. So, but yeah, you're right. We need to go. I have things I need to do as well. And so thank everybody for following us. We've done a lot of great shows the last 3 weeks, Miss Marie. We really have. I'm very impressed with what we've covered the last 3 weeks, and next week that's going to be a good one as well. Let me just put it back up there so that people know what we're doing. Well, it is. It's right there. It's already there. 3 phases of company growth. You'll want to know that, guys, because there's a real chance that you can create wealth. A realistic chance. You get the right company, the right time. You got to know the different phase growths of companies so that you know what company to target to give you that realistic chance. And there are actually legacy positions that could be available. If you don't know what a legacy position is, go to our platforms and use hashtag legacy, and you shall find some information. I mean, videos, podcast and videos addressing what a legacy position is and how it happens. It doesn't happen very often, but if it does, Richard Call is a legacy type person. And he may be a legendary. I think he's legendary because there's different types. Legendary means whole industry. Legacy means company-wide. Right, Miss Marie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Richard Call's definitely in the legendary category.
Yes, I would say that's true. So, but he's also a legacy, no doubt about it. He's one of the legacy members of Nu Skin. I don't know how many are there, but he is right there at the top if he's not the number one. Anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit as well, because that goes hand in hand with the 3 phases of company growth. And if your goal, which it should be, as we always tell you, to make as much money as quickly as possible, you want to know what phase to join a company. All right. Enough of that. We're going to head out of here, guys. You guys have a wonderful day. There's going to be a lot of new changes come next week. Miss Marie, Monday, we're going to have some changes in our presentation and all that other stuff. So,
all right, sounds good.
All righty. You guys take care. God bless. Have a great weekend. Be safe. We'll see you come next week. Hopefully, you will join us and share our podcast, please. Hashtag the MLM Solution. See you, Miss Marie.
Have a good weekend.
All righty. You too.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, themlmsolution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.